beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be celebrating Valentine's Day by building this heart-shaped vacation rental in Sims 4. I thought it would be so much fun to just try and do something for this Valentine's Day to kind of commemorate it in Sims 4. And the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Valentine's Day, I feel like for a lot of people, is hearts, right? Because that's hearts and flowers, I'd say. So I just wanted to make this like a heart-shaped building, and I've never done that. I usually just build your regular houses that might be a bit off shape, but not like a specific shape that I go for. So building something in this heart shape was so hard because I've never done it, and I did not watch any tutorials on how to do this. I don't know if there is any tutorials. You guys can let me know, but I tried my best and I was struggling. I kind of left the struggle in this video just so you guys can kind of understand how hard this was. And I don't know if my geometry skills are not the best, but everything kept on being off. I eventually did figure it out, and obviously it's not the perfect heart, but it is, I think, pretty close, and I still think it turned out pretty well, the shape of it. I initially wanted this house to be red just because I kind of associate red with Valentine's Day more than pink, but I do know that a lot of people associate pink as well. However, all the swatches that are pink in this game were just so dark and so like kind of goth, for me at least. So I did not like it. I just kind of went with this pink instead, and you'll see me try and kind of fit in a bit of red and try and combine red and pink. However, it just did not work out. So we're just gonna go with this kind of pink theme, if you will. So I don't know if you guys celebrate Valentine's Day. I know a lot of people don't really like Valentine's Day, and they feel like it's a very commercial holiday, and it's just kind of like a ripoff to get you to buy flowers and chocolates and whatnot. But for me, I don't know, I just love holidays that are about positivity and just spreading love and positive energy, and I feel like that's what this holiday is, even though it might not be like everyone's cup of tea. But I think it's so beautiful to be able to kind of celebrate, and I think it's not necessarily about having a significant other and having to celebrate with them. There are so many types of love you can have in your life, and I would hope that everyone has that in their life. So yeah, even if you have your pets that you love, your significant other, your friends, you can have a Valentine's Day, which is very popular this year. So hopefully you have some love, and if you don't, you know what, I hope this next year you'll get to find some. So here we are now, and we're just gonna be doing the inside of this house. As I said, I tried fitting in even red floors, and initially I was like, I just want to make everything red or pink, but I ended up wanting this to still be a bit of a nice and modern build. So I will go away from that idea, and I just put these kind of neutral floors, so then I can add the pink and it doesn't look kind of clownish, because for me it kind of looked a bit, you know, like a gimmick. So I just wanted it to look a bit more realistic but still be like a lot of pink. So yeah. In this kind of top part, I made a toilet because I didn't really know what to fit in this part because it's so awkwardly shaped. And I just figured out a toilet can still fit here and have like this double sink in each triangle. So I initially wanted this bedroom to be on the other side, but here I'm just changing kind of the layout just because I felt like it was nice to have this room connected to this backyard. And because I initially wanted the the pool to be there as well, and to kind of have this private beach access right there. So that's why I wanted the room to be connected, so you can kind of go directly from your room into the pool. I will be changing some of the things, you'll see as the video goes on. But here we are now continuing our pink theme, and I really think that this looks so cute. I don't know if I went a little bit overboard, because I know a lot of guys that don't really love the color pink, and this might be a bit much if you're kind of taking a couple, but I just thought it was appropriate for this build, and I don't know, I still think it turned out pretty well. So we're just going to be adding here now to this room, I'm going to be adding like a little fireplace. And initially I was like, do you really need a fireplace considering it's like hot weather outside and it's a beach? But I do think that just having a fireplace just adds so much to this feeling of warmth and just this kind of romance. Because I love like the sizzling fire, and you can just sit there and cuddle up and just look at the fire, and at the same time have this beautiful view in the background. So yeah, now we're just gonna add a little bit of the finishing touches. And I don't know if any of you guys has ever been to Maldives, but it's absolutely one of my favorite destinations that I've visited, because as I said before, I am very much like a beach person and I love the warm weather. So yeah, if you guys want to see like a recreation of actual Maldives, or having like these houses on the water, I can do that as well. Let me know. But I've done that before, where I tried creating in Sims, and it's definitely possible. I made it in Solani, I believe. So I would love to revisit that and see what I can make now, because I feel like I'm such a better builder now than what I was like last year. Since I've been building in Sims 4, but I never knew like all these tips and tricks that I'm sharing now with you guys. I'm kind of learning as we're going. And before that, I was just like a regular simmer, and I would just build like regular houses, nothing too special. So now I'm just trying to kind of use all of this. So I wonder like what I could build now, and how that house would look now if I build it. So I would definitely like to try. But now we're just gonna be adding like this painting. We will be changing it later on, because I felt like it didn't match the best. And we're just gonna move on to our living room, and we're gonna move on to our kitchen and our dining area. I also do think that this color that was in the bathroom on the walls was a bit too obnoxious, so I ended up changing it in most of the rooms. I think actually in all the rooms I'm going to be using the same pink that's on the outside. I just felt like the shade of it was just so pretty, and it just fit the most with the space. So I will be adding that. And I also made this little cute dining area. I will be changing this table. I think it was a bit too childish for my taste. So I will be changing it, but I love this window. I wanted it to have like an open window, so if you're having your breakfast, you can kind of enjoy the view and just have like a nice breeze coming in. I do know in real life that would be so inconvenient to just have like this like a random open window, because imagine if you're like in a hot destination and you have an open window and you just have all the mosquitoes coming at night. You definitely need to have something to kind of close off this area. But you know what? We're in Sims 4 and there's no mosquitoes here. At least not for now. So yeah, for the kitchen, I will be going with this Home Chef Hustle pack. I find myself using this pack quite a bit. I think it just looks very modern and very sleek, and it has all these kind of like neutral colors that I love, but it also has like a little bit of color to it. So it can kind of like different shades of neutral, because for me, even like this, even though this is pink, it's still kind of like beige, and even the green I find it very like neutral, because it's just this like perfect shade of green, and that's kind of like the colors I tend to go for, and I enjoy using them the most, like in my regular life as well, not just in Sims. There is one red thing in this house, and that's the sink. I don't know why we just have like one random red thing, because I really wanted to have something red, so we'll just keep it on this sink. And we're just now going to finish off this kitchen, and I made it very simple because I thought since this is a vacation rental, you wouldn't really have too much clutter in it. So you would just have like just your basic things that you would need for like preparing a meal and cooking and all these things. So that's pretty much what we went with. I'm just going to be adding some like last finishing touches to this place, and I'm also going to be changing the dining room, just because as I said before, I didn't really feel like that dining table went with the vibe that we were going with. So I went with something more modern with this glass table, and I'll also be adding these chairs. And if you guys watched my builds, you can kind of tell that the pack that I use the most is Dream Home Decorator, and I just feel like that pack just works the best with modern builds, and it just has like these beautiful swatches, and it's the easiest to use, at least for me. Like there's a lot of like room to be creative and to use it in different ways and different builds. And here we're using all these chairs, they're all from that pack. I'll also be adding one of my favorite posters to this space, which is this cool kitchen poster. I just love this little coffee with the heart going out. I think it just fit perfectly with this space. And after that, we're just gonna move into our last room of the house, which is our living room. So for the living room, my idea was to have this huge TV, and yes, I know this TV is pretty big. It might be a bit too big for the space, if I'm being honest. But I thought if you are in on a holiday and it's just nice to have like a big TV and you can watch your movies and you can enjoy and be all cuddled up on the couch. So yeah, this space was quite small, so I couldn't really fit a big couch either, but I really was determined to have these kind of couches with the legroom as well, because you can just like be there and be all comfy, have some popcorn maybe that you can make in your kitchen. I did not add a microwave, but maybe an extra thing you can add. I also did this little corner. I didn't really know what to do with it initially, so I just kind of wanted to make it like a little seating area with like a bookshelf. I also added another fireplace, the same one we have in the bedroom. And I know it might be a bit too much, but as I said, I just feel like fireplaces add so much to the feeling of just kind of like coziness and just romance, because it's so nice to listen to that and just be there cuddled up and snuggled up. So here we are now, we're just gonna add these kind of final touches, and I also just felt like there was no really bookshelf that kind of matched this area. So I will be replacing that as well, because this one just kind of, I was trying to force it and just make it like fit there, because I wanted to have this bookshelf there, but it just didn't fit. So I just added those books next to the TV that your Sims can use to kind of read and just be around. And I'll just be removing this to make it kind of like more fit more with this vibe. And after that, we're just gonna be moving on to the outside. And as I previously said, the kind of idea behind this build was just kind of building something that would resemble Maldives. And there's no place more romantic than Maldives to get married and enjoy your beach time. So in my head, I wanted to have this kind of backyard, and I was thinking that this would be a vacation rental, obviously in Sims, but your Sims can use it and you can rent it. But what I was thinking, obviously you can't do this in Sims, but you would have this backyard, and if you wanted to have like a little elope or like have your wedding there, you'd be able to hire your wedding planner or like an organizer, and they would bring this arch and just have it there, and you can use it for the wedding ceremony and have this beautiful backdrop there. So yeah, now we're just preparing it for one of the weddings, I guess. So we're just adding all these like cute little lights that you can have down the pathway and putting all the flowers. I will also be adding on the corner of this. I just thought that if you're walking down the aisle, you would need some music, right? So weirdly enough, I am adding a piano here. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I just thought it would be so nice to have that and just have like someone playing the piano while you're walking down the aisle and just have it be all romantic and nice. I also moved this pool to the other side because I felt like it was getting a bit cramped on the other side. So this is where I kind of decided to change the shape of the pool and try and make another heart, which I was kind of regretting instantly because I was like, oh my god, I don't even know how I made this house be shaped as a heart, and now I'm trying to make it with a pool. So here comes another like 30-40 seconds of me struggling trying to make a heart, and I almost went with this but I do manage to make it a bit nicer and just cuter. But yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it's still kind of a struggle. Anyways, I think that this kind of like little pool here, it just kind of fit in with this house so well, and I'm just so happy that I managed to pull it off. And I think it ended up looking so pretty. It's obviously a lot of like kind of like working with it and trying to make it look good, and you know what, I'm just happy we got there eventually. But I really decided to kind of keep the struggle in this video so you guys can see that it doesn't come always easy. I don't know, for me at least, sometimes when I watch these videos of people making all these amazing builds, I'm like, wow, how did you just wake up and you know exactly what to do? But when you start doing these, you realize it's not really like that, and sometimes it's a work in progress, but as long as you get there in the end, I had a lot of fun trying to make this. I'm just going to be adding some finishing touches, which is just kind of deleting this area because I really did not like this fence, and I felt like it didn't go with the vibe of the house. And I also wanted this house to have like direct access to the pool and to this kind of private beach, and I felt like with the deck it just was kind of useless there. I'm just adding this little pathway, and I'm gonna be making like a little pattern by using two different ones and just placing it in this checkered style. And in the end, we're just gonna go ahead and add this last fence, and we're gonna go to the backyard and just kind of add a little bit of the finishing touches. I really wanted this piano to be covered because when I was thinking, I'm like, a piano just sitting in the open air wouldn't really be the best, right? So I just kind of made this little area for it, and I'm just gonna make a little kind of like a pergola for it to fit under. And that way, as I said, this could be a rental, and then maybe if you have a different wedding, you have a different instrument there, or you can use it for like a dance floor or whatever else you'd want to. But yeah, guys, I truly enjoyed this build. It was so much fun to try and make something different and something that I don't really make every day. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'm going to be leaving you guys with some screenshots so you can see what the building ended up looking like. And I'll see you guys next time.